Hello students, so this is your second video on the chapter Human Body, the Respiratory System. So in the last video we have covered some of the portions, and today we are going to start the next topic, that is exchange of respiratory gases. So where does this exchange of respiratory gases takes place? This exchange occurs in lungs. Between what? Between the alveoli and a network of blood capillaries located in its wall. So blood is the medium for transporting this oxygen and carbon dioxide. So how this blood carries such gases? See, the blood cells having an iron containing pigment called hemoglobin, and this pigment hemoglobin is responsible for carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide to and from the body cells respectively. So what is the shape of the red blood cell? It is biconcave disc shape. Why they have such shape? Because it increases the surface area to accommodate more hemoglobin so that efficient exchange of gases takes place. So the blood that is rich in oxygen is called oxygenated blood, and the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide is called deoxygenated blood. So how this gaseous exchange takes place? It happens by the process of diffusion from a region of high concentration to lower concentration. As we know that our lungs contain alveoli through which the gaseous exchange takes place, and it is fully covered with capillaries. So capillary make the connection between artery and vein. So this balloon like structure are the alveoli. Here it is shown, this is alveoli suppose, and it is covered with blood capillary. So from here you can see it is deoxygenated blood shown in blue, and this is oxygenated blood. So this deoxygenated blood just passes through this capillary continuously, from where the CO2 just remove out through this blood capillary into the alveoli. This is alveoli. So into the alveoli, then it just moves out from our body through our nostrils and all, and the air that we inhale is actually rich in oxygen. So that we inhale, it just passes from our nostril to our pharynx, then to our trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, to our alveoli. Then that gas, that is oxygen, goes into our blood capillary, and through blood it just passes to all parts of the body. So this we can say is the oxygenated blood, which is continuously removing carbon dioxide, and this blood is taking oxygen and become oxygenated, and then this oxygenated blood is carried to the left side of the heart, from where it is pumped to all parts of the body, and while this carbon dioxide is expelled through the nose during exhalation, and this cycle continues. Now let's understand the difference between breathing and respiration. So see, breathing is a physical process in which oxygen rich air is taken in and carbon dioxide rich air is given out, whereas respiration is biochemical process in which food is broken down by utilizing oxygen. Breathing takes place outside the cell and involves nose and lungs, whereas respiration takes place inside the body cells. So in case of breathing, no energy is released, but in case of respiration, food is broken down to release energy, and in breathing the process is different in different organisms. whereas the process of respiration is similar in all organisms. Now our next topic is respiratory diseases. So the diseases that are related to our respiratory system. So there are many diseases that affect the respiratory system. They are asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, tuberculosis. At first, let's read about asthma. So it is caused by the inflammation and swelling of airways, and it happens periodically when the air passage becomes narrow and makes it difficult for the person to breathe. So this condition is triggered by various reasons such as allergies from dust, pollen, chemicals, etc. And the symptoms are wheezing, shortness of breath, and coughing. The next one is bronchitis. So it is a condition in which the bronchial tubes get inflamed and more mucus is accumulated than usual. And this also leads to the narrowing of the bronchial tube. It causes coughing that brings up mucus and shortness of breath, wheezing, and tightness of chest. So sometimes this excess mucus in the bronchial tube easily get infected by virus and bacteria, which leads to long-lasting cough. So some of the causes of bronchitis are exposure to tobacco smoke, dust, fumes, chemical vapor, and air pollution, which is another major problem. Next is pneumonia. So it is caused due to infection by bacteria which begin to multiply after entering the air sacs, or we also call it alveoli. So this air sacs get filled up with fluid or pus, leading to viral or fungal infection in the lung. As a result of which the airways get choked with mucus, making it difficult for air to move in and out of the lungs. So the symptoms are fever, chills, difficulty in breathing, and cough with phlegm. Another disease is tuberculosis. So it is also caused by the bacteria, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. These bacteria live in the air and affect us only when our immunity weakens due to reasons such as malnutrition or when we don't take diet properly. So tuberculosis is also called TB, usually affect our lungs, but it can also spread to different parts of the body, and it is highly infectious disease and can only be cured with a well-planned course of antibiotics. Now our last topic for today is effect of air pollution on respiratory system. So as we know that air pollution has become a major health problem in urban areas. So causes of air pollution is the deforestations or poisonous smoke or gases that release from factories or vehicles. Not only this, even burning of fossil fuels, exploding of firecrackers, burning of garbage, stubble burning in crop fields, and dust released from the constructions and mining processes are also responsible for the increase in air pollution. So what are the common air pollutants? They are dust, smoke, smog, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, or ground level ozone, particulate matter that is PM 2.5 and PM 10, and toxic organic compounds are the common air pollutants. So such pollutants can cause acute as well as chronic respiratory diseases, and this may be present outdoor as well as indoor. So it is very difficult to breathe in such air which is full of pollutants or poisonous smoke, a poisonous chemical. So short-term exposure to air pollutants may cause people to experience chest pain, tiredness, inflammation, allergies, narrowing of airways, shortness of breath, wheezing, sore throat, nausea, cough, and acute bronchitis. Even it is quite dangerous for the children as well, as children under 14 years of age are specially affected as their lungs are still in the developing stage. And long-term exposure to such pollutants may lead to severe damage of the respiratory system, decrease in lung capacity, and can cause some diseases as well, such as chronic bronchitis, asthma, pneumonia, tuberculosis, emphysema, cardiac problem, and even lung cancer. Means it can take life as well. There are several gases that are responsible for causing indoor air pollution. They are carbon monoxide, fumes from household products, and chemicals such as naphthalene, formaldehyde are there. Even some materials that are used in buildings, that is paint, polishes, or some allergens such as molds, dust, pollen, and even exposure to tobacco smoke or insufficient ventilation while cooking food or using wood or coal fuel cause exposure to excessive smoke. So proper ventilated house should be constructed. Even some occupations are there which leads to higher exposure to such poisonous smoke or dust. So due to their work or occupation, they are exposed to higher amount of air pollutants, and they may also be susceptible to severe respiratory diseases such as silicosis, that is due to mining, pottery, ceramic and construction industry, or asbestosis, that is caused by construction material called asbestos, and biocinosis, that is from cotton meal.